Hello everyone. The topics I'm displaying here, the 7 cents that I want to talk about, they should take more time that I'm going to give it right now, because I'm just giving a quick brief for anyone to research these subjects. So the first one is flat earth liars, flat earth liars, flat earth pilots. So what I want to say is anyone who claims to be a pilot and says that the earth is flat is simply a scumbag, has no life, and just enjoy the few moments of being looked up to. And I will not list any reasons. If someone wants to challenge me that all those guys are scumbag liars, then come and challenge me. But I'm sure they are. And anyone or any flat earth channel who promotes any one of those guys, well, I cannot say that they're liars, but I would say they are just sloppy, because instead of asking them or getting confirmations from them about things that the flat earth says, like the gyroscope, why don't you ask them to meet one of the challenges made by Wolfie? Well, if you don't know Wolfie 6020, then of course you have a good excuse. Now, the second thing is flat earth versus globe, stars and dome. This is the celestial dome. If you're in the center, when these stars move around you and you look anywhere at any star and the star just beside it, you find the angular separation is always the same. This wouldn't happen if you are so close to the dome. Here, this dome is infinite. It's like millions or billions of miles. And that's why we cannot detect any parallax when we are moving or when we are spinning. So I did discuss this issue once before, but I think it got lost in the video because the video contained some footage from Soundly. So yeah, pretty much no one noticed the star thing. The third thing is flat earth space. Okay, if this is the flat earth and maybe the sun is here, like 5,000 miles if you want to say, 6, 10, I don't know how far is the sun and how high is the dome. No one knows anything. There's no model. No one knows anything about the flat earth. Unlike the people who says the earth is observably flat. Yeah, this is all what you can say if you are a flat earther. But anyway, so this is the height of the dome. Outside, we don't know, maybe water or heavy water, I don't know, no one knows. And inside, there's our atmosphere. But the atmosphere at 65,000 feet is 0.06% of the pressure at sea level. So that's like 20 kilometers, we get 6% of atmospheric pressure. So what happens when you go to 100? After that, there's vacuum, there's space. Even in the flat earth, you would have space. Prove me wrong if you can. Just find me any site that says we have a certain amount of pressure at certain altitude, and give me an equation or any clues or what kind of pressure we're going to have at 100 kilometers. The fourth thing, yeah, the flat earth spin and orbit. So flat earthers like to ask the question, and I think on Nathan Oakley channel they call it housekeeping. They say, is there any sign of spin? Any sign of orbit? Well, I'm asking flat earthers, any sign of the Earth being stationary? Are you sure that this disk is not spinning and is not orbiting? Please, please provide a proof, because I have a flat Earth model, this one, that spins to ensure night and day. The sun is always above here, and it rotates in an orbit to have centrifugal force that give us what we sense as gravity. So the Earth is orbiting at around 1.5 million miles radius of a circle, and it spans around its flat Earth axis. That's my flat Earth model. So prove me wrong. Number 5, flat Earth 9.8. So let's give any flat earther this problem. This line is 1.27 meters. This angle is 45 degrees. What's the velocity? You will have to use that number, 9.8. What is that number? Please define. Number 6, Earth radius by Al-Biruni in the 10th century. That's during the Islamic Empire. Some people think he is Arab, but I think he was Persian, maybe. I'm not sure. This is Al-Biruni, and before I talk about the radius, or how he got the radius, what is the significance for the radius for the Islamic Empire? Well, try to find this video. Just search for Al-Biruni and Earth radius, and you'll see, that Muslims, when they pray, they have to pray towards Al-Kaaba, and this is very sacred thing. You cannot just pray in a direction. It's like your prayers cannot be accepted, something like that. It's very important for Muslims to do whatever they can. Well, if you cannot do much, then okay, God forgive you. You will accept your prayers. But if there's something you can do, you must do it. And so they had to know the direction from all places within the Islamic Empire, from Spain to India and Africa, North Africa. So they needed to know the distances. You can know the coordinate system, you can apply it, but you cannot know the distances without the radius. And so they had to know the radius in order to plot the angles, the true angles, where the direction of Al-Kaaba from all those places. So how to measure the Earth's radius? They wanted a simple way that could be done in one place, not like Eratosthenes. So they knew that the horizon drop. This man went, or with the expedition, went up a mountain that he measured its altitude, and he measured the horizon drop, and then, as you see in the picture, he just filled in the equations, and you can see this in Wolfie channel in one of his videos, where he talk about, not one of his videos, many of his videos, where he talk about the horizon drop and how he can measure his altitude using the horizon drop. And I will not go into the math, it's not ready in my mind yet, but just check the video and you will find that these people long ago, they knew the Earth is a sphere. Now the last one, The last one is satellites. Now, I recommend that when you explain to flat earthers something about satellites, you don't just hit him with the word satellite. I recommend the word HARTS, or High Altitude Retransmission Station. And I have a video talking about this. And I have another video recently the new video that I added recently. I just wanted to include this concept, because some flat earthers says that the satellite is nothing but a ground station that use the ionosphere or troposphere, maybe, I'm not sure, and use the reflection of the microwave to get the transmission into vast areas. So we know that the transmission station, whether being on the ground or in the sky, it should be on the equator. So we know the distance from any place to the equator on the same longitude line. So we know the distance and we know the angle from many sites. You can triangulate the layer which do the reflection, or the altitude of the satellite itself. And in this case, the satellite, if you use just one location, it will give you a certain altitude for a certain satellite. If you use another location, it will give you a different altitude. But anyway, some satellites will be like 3,000 kilometer, 6,000, and that means that the ionosphere or troposphere should be 3,000 if the ground station indeed is the satellite. So this is probably my last video. I was preparing for these things to make full videos about it, but I'm so exhausted, I'm bored of flat earth. I might be doing some videos that has a scientific nature, like the videos I made about sun calculators and plotting the analemma. I might plot the lunar analemma soon if I have power. It's not that hard as I thought. So these are the sort of things that I'll be doing in the future. I might be a little bit active on the existing videos, but I'm not sure yet. I can't say that I quit, because quitting a habit, bad habit, is not easy. And thank you all for watching.